Hey guys, good morning. It's Cali. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing well today. I'm waiting for yet another snowstorm to hit upstate New York today. So anytime it's coming again. We're so done with the snow around here. I am anyway. I can only speak for myself, but enough already. Time for it to thaw and springtime to be here, but it's springtime in my heart. We did make it to the auction last night, and it was really kind of a weird vibe there last night. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just we haven't been in a week. They had a whole bunch of new stuff, actually really, really cool stuff. A lot of the things, it seemed, I don't know where they went. I think they went to the Javits Center and got some things. One of the places that they must have gotten things from was someone who was really into boats, because there was a lot of nautical themed items, compasses and telescopes and portholes and fishing netting and lobster traps and all kinds of things like that. But what they had an abundance of, and I died when I saw them. If you could see above, I'm going to point right to it, this ball hanging from my ceiling is a buoy. They're glass buoys. Some of you may know what they are. And they had a million of these at the auction last night. That one I've had for years and years, maybe 20 years. I think I bought it at a Renaissance festival or something. But when I walked in the auction last night, it looked like there were about 100 of them hanging, all different sizes, all different colors. Beautiful. Well, of course, they sold the big ones. There were people there last night who I've never seen before. But needless to say, I did not come home with any buoys. They only sold a few large ones, and they were way too pricey for my taste. Again, I don't expect to get everything for $1, but I don't have a lot of extra money, if anyone has extra money. If they do, I'm willing to help you deal with that. Anyway, so I don't know. It was kind of an off night there, but I'm not going to complain. Because I got exactly what I need, even if it's nothing at all. And I did get some stuff. I'm going to show you two things right now. Initially, they had, let me show you. And these still had tags on them. This is wrought iron, bird, and they're spikes that go in the ground. And they're hose guards. So you put them in the ground, and it keeps your hose from running over your plants when you're watering them. But when I moved last year, I left a few acres and a huge, huge garden, which I still mourn for occasionally. I'm not complaining, but right now I left this, a large amount of land, and gardening is a passion of mine, and I had a huge garden that I tended. I've carried that love over here, and I use my deck, and I'll show you guys in the springtime when I get everything set up again. But I have it set up like a little slice of heaven, and I do planting on my deck and things like that. So I will be using these in a pot on the deck. But I got this bird, and and these still had tags on them, so I don't know where they came from, but they were new. They didn't have a price on them, but they just had a plastic tag. And this one, which I love, right? A trefoil? Isn't that what this is called? This blue one. And I'm not going to use them as hose guards, but I will use them decoratively. But before I got these two, and I thought I was paying $10 for two. I was paying $10 each, and that's okay, because I get so many bargains. I mean, that's probably a bargain anyway. So it was $20 for the two of these. Look at me, big spender, right? But before I got these, they had a few, like maybe 3 or 4 without this spike and just the ball with, I think one had a dragonfly, one had, something like that, and I really wanted them. But I got outbid. I got outbid on a lot of stuff last night, and it gets disheartening because you're like, wah, and I don't have hundreds of dollars to spend at the auction, but I have to realize that I don't need any of these things, and I'm happy with what I got, because you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. So I got 2 of those. I'm thrilled with them. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm just saying it was weird. When I got home last night, I lit some sage, and I smudged myself. I smudged the house. I don't know. It was just a weird energy night. A little off. But again, I'm not complaining. I was happy to get out. Happy to spend some time seeing friends and hanging out with Tom and Nick. I got these two, which I'm going to alter these. But I'm thrilled with these. And again, they have these little tags on them, so I think they're new. They're votive holders, right? And I think they're definitely outdoorsy, but these are metal. And what I want to do is alter them, but I'm going to keep them exactly the same. I'm just going to, whoops, I got them connected. I'm just going to paint them. And probably one will be purple, and probably one will be blue, or something like that. And maybe I'll do some spattering on them. And I'm going to bring out the dragonflies. I don't know if I'll do, you know, black bodies and iridescent wings or totally black. I'll have to see. But this is an example of what I will have living on my deck for the summertime with some candles. And I could even have them hanging inside. I love lanterns. I love, you know, gypsy. I'm a gypsy at heart. Love Stevie Nicks. Stevie. Okay, what else? All right. When we get to the auction, we go in. We bring food with us. There is a snack bar there that's now being run by our friends Patty and Jonathan. Shout out again, Patty of the Hippie Chic Boutique in Monticello, and they sell food and stuff. But they're waiting on a license to be able to really cook there and things like that. So we normally bring food, dinner, and we'll go. You have about a half an hour or so, or depending on when you get there, to look around and see what's for sale, see what you want to bid on. It's a good time to visit with your friends and things like that. And one of the things I saw, it's always pays to open things up and rummage around. And I am the hugest fan of the dollar box lots. Those are my favorite. And I think I told you, we'll get them sight unseen. And they're full of the most random items that, you know, I don't know. If you think about what's going to be left behind for people to find when you die, I think about that. Not to be morbid, but people are going to have to go through your belongings and things like that. So a lot of this stuff is just random from maybe junk drawers. Ramble on. One of the things I saw was this cookie tin with a Saturday Evening Post cover by Norman Rockwell, of course. Just a dented up, beat up tin, which I've decided I'm going to alter. And I'm going to talk about someone who's inspired me this week on YouTube in a minute. But so, of course, I had to open this up. And inside, and I'm going to take this away for 1 second. This is what's in here. I put in a bag last night, but these were in the box. I'll show you in a minute. But when I talk random, I mean the most random crap. Little propeller things, a mouse-eaten pink pearl eraser, Looney Tunes Christmas ornaments, the world's smallest little clip, what else? Super Chevy Show Shooby-Dooby-Dooby, a Millennium Tattoo keychain. The heck with the rent, I'm getting a tattoo. Wow, I have no tattoos. I think I told you guys that. A rubber band, the world's smallest clothespin, adorable, already has a little magnet attached. Oh my goodness. An S-hook. Old stamps, very cool. I'll throw them in a journal. A pool rack, the world's smallest pool rack. I used to love to play pool. I have not tried to play pool since I lost my leg, but I bet you I could. I bet you. A washer nut. Again, that'll make its way to a collage. A random bag of sequins and little beads, bugle beads. Very cool. We'll definitely use that. A round wooden good for 1 cup of coffee disc. Another little dog tree ornament. A perfectly good pencil. Okay, so whoop-de-doo. Who really cares? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, my goodness, I forgot about the apple. I could care less about this stuff. It's cool, I'll use it. But what I saw that caught my eye immediately were, I'm going to put my hand in this bag here. There's about, well, there should be 32 pieces, I think, are on a chessboard. These are miniature chess pieces, and they're all pewter, and they're fantasy themed. And for example, here is the queen. Okay? Alright? At first I thought it was maybe a Dungeons and Dragons set. Here's the castle. Rook. These little gnomes or dwarves are the pawns. I love to play chess. I have a super cool chess set. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's over. Let me see if I can let you see it. Oh, it's so dark. But behind my couch, next to the hourglass there, is a medieval chess set that my youngest daughter, Danielle, got me. Sorry about the little trip there. Again, one of these days I'll give you guys a tour of my living room. But I fell in love with this. Not all the pieces are there. Most of the pieces are there. I think I'm missing a pawn. I have the king and queen on both sides. Look, these are the rooks. The dragons. Aren't they great? So there's a whole bag. And these are the pewter silver ones. And then there's the gold for the other side. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I guess one of these... Here's the rook, and here's the bishop, I guess, is how they're doing it. I'm not sure. I have to set up the set to see it. But I have a whole bag of these, and they're just beautiful. So I got this box with these for... Let me see if I can show you the king. He's a wizard. For $5. And well worth it to me. That thrilled me to no end. I was happy. I got this right at the end of the night. So my plans for this tin, gosh, I'm all over the place. I told you, my excitement for all this art has not died down at all. I think I mentioned yesterday when I did my January journal flip that I took a trip to Walmart to get some art supplies, and I got some polymer clay stuff, I got some paints, I got new stencils, which I hadn't owned any stencils before. I know I can make my own. I'm going to try that as well. But I want to try everything that I see. And I'm loving the art journaling right now, but I still am really, really loving polymer clay as well. And in addition to my favorite polymer clay artist on YouTube, Lynn's Crafts, I've also been watching a YouTuber by the name of I don't know what her, I forget, I think her name is Kelly. My Serenity Crafts, and I'll link her below. She's also a Lynn fan, and she showed a video last night of these little, she calls them inchies, I think, 1-inch polymer clay tiles that she made that are just gorgeous. I'll link that video below. Check it out. She so inspired me, and I thought this would be a perfect backdrop to cover the front with those type of tiles. So, Kelly, I think is your name. I thank you for the inspiration, and I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll see. So that is my plans, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to start a journal just for art plans, because, and things are, it's funny, you know what you love, it's by what you spend your time with, and I've been spending my time with the art journaling. I didn't touch the tin yet. The tin is still in its state that I left it in. But I'm going to start keeping a list of, projects that I do want to do. So inspiring. Everybody's just so great and wonderful. So that's that. I'm going to give her a link. What else did I want to say? Oh, Kim, my giveaway winner. Kim, I apologize. I have not mailed out your prize yet. My plans are to do that tomorrow. I'm just going to give it to Tom and let him mail it, because I have a feeling I'm going to be trapped in my house again with the snow. So I apologize. It's taken a week for me to get that out to you, but that will be on its way. So thank you. And I want to share with you guys, I had been working on last week a new journal. My plans are to do a journal a month for this year. That's my big plan. So far, I'm 2 for 2. So I did my January journal, which I showed you in yesterday's video, And this is now going to be my February journal. And I've made this out of cereal boxes and veggie burger boxes. This is just a hair tie from the Dollar Tree, I think, which I'm using to, I haven't adorned it yet. There's nothing on the binding. This is a cloth, piece of cloth. I had the most difficult time binding and sewing these signatures in, and it's my own fault. And I think I told you part of my journey here, and one of the lessons that I'm learning, let me just, as I ramble on, I'll show you. I did these are all out of cereal boxes and veggie burger boxes. I painted them, I stenciled them, I sewed them in with, so these will just be backgrounds for whatever art I'm going to be doing this month. This was a stencil that I made out of a dish drainer that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's just a piece of plastic, and I had all these square holes in it, and I cut out the plastic and used that as a stencil. These were some stencils that I got from Tara in my stamp haul. Not stencils, stamps. Hello. And I really love how that brown and the black turned out. It reminds me of some Tim Holtz paper or something. So there's the background of that. And a lot of these I'm going to have to reinforce. I can see already that I'll have to put down some masking tape, and before I start working on these pages. But so I got the idea from a Jenny Belly video, and other people of course have done these This is the back cover. It's just random book page, stamps, and I gessoed over it. So I got inspired by watching other people's videos, and so I get the idea in my head, this is what I'm going to do, and then I don't pay attention to anything else. I want to rush right through it. I want to do it my way. And as I was binding it, because the pages are different sizes, it would have been different if everything were the same size. I would have, punched my holes, sewed in and out, and been done with it. But because I had different size pages, my holes came through differently, and I had to line them up as I was sewing them. And I didn't reference any video. Once I had the idea in my head, I never went back and referenced another video because I thought I knew what I was doing. And so once I started sewing it, I got really frustrated because I couldn't get things to line up, and I didn't know how I wanted the signatures to lay in the book. I had initially wanted the twine to show on the outside, so I could, I see all these beautiful adornments and charms hanging and all this beautiful stuff. But it's funny, I always go back to being a Virgo. I love how that looks, that bohemian look of that. But there's a sense in me that I want things to be neat and tidy, and when I want to see it on the bookshelf, I don't want it to look messy and unfinished. And that's funny. I'm learning a lot about myself as I'm doing all this stuff. Anyway, I forged through. My grandson was here on Friday, and he was doing his thing, and I was at the kitchen table trying to get this book together. So when I finally got it sewed in fairly evenly how I wanted it, and then I just cut a piece of, I did not like the look of the string on the outside, so I just covered it with a piece of cloth. The cover is cereal box with a paper bag over it, Mod Podged it, and then painted it and splattered it, and that's it. So this is what I'll be working in this February. And my initial goal with the journals, I had thought, was that I was going to do a junk mail journal each month this year. As soon as I started making one for February, I was already bored with it because I just finished that one for January. So I thought, no, better that I do something different each month so I can learn. So next month, when I do one, I'm actually going to pay a little more attention to binding techniques, different stitches, different ways of doing this, and maybe taking some notes and really learning instead of just blunderbussing my way through. But I'm pleased with the way it looks. I'm really happy. I can't wait to, I already have a list of ideas of what I want to do in this. So I'll be sharing this with you throughout the month and letting you know what kind of progress I'm making with that. So that's it, you guys. That's all I have to say. I hope everybody's warm, safe. I'm hearing, you know, from some of you all around the country are, you know, 80 degrees and things like that. And, you know, I don't envy it. I don't want to rush through the seasons because spring I don't think would be as sweet if it weren't for winter. And I'm grateful for every day and every minute. But again, like I said, it would be nice to open the windows and feel warm instead of, you know, freezing my butt off. I've been keeping my birdies fed. So I hope you guys are all well and good. It's so good to see you. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.